Good morning, B class. How are you? Today is Friday. Remember I told you I was going to come back to you on the video on Friday because it was Wednesday last time I saw you in a video. Yesterday was Thursday, and now today is Friday. I don't have my calendar here, so we're going to count on Miss Mary Kay's fingers today, okay? So when we talked last time, it was January, and it was number what? 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yesterday was 6. And so what's today? You're right, it's 7. It's January 7 today, 2022. You guys are so smart. All right, so today I'm going to read a story to you called The Biggest Snowman Ever. I hope you guys are going to be able to see this okay because the sun is kind of funky today. I'm going to read that to you in a second, and then I'm going to go over all of the different activities that you guys have in your bags. So you're going to need some scissors, and you're going to need your glue, and let's get started. This book is called The Biggest Snowman Ever. Can you guys see that? Maybe if I do it this side. That'll be better. All right. This is a book by Stephen Kroll. Looks like they're in the snow too, right? Are you guys having a snow day today? It's so pretty outside. Once there were 2 mice who fell in love with the same snowman. And this is how it happened. On a bright winter day, the mayor of Mouseville announced the town snowman contest. Whoever makes the biggest snowman will win a prize. All of the mice were so excited. The judging of the contest will take place in 2 weeks, said the mayor. Good luck to all of you. I'm going to make a really big snow princess, said Penelope. Well, I'm going to make a really big snow Martian, said James. I'm going to make the biggest snowman ever, said Clayton. His friend Desmond, the field mouse, frowned. No, you're not. I'm going to make the biggest snowman ever. Oh, yeah, said Clayton. Oh, yeah, said Desmond. That night it snowed and snowed. Huge drifts covered the driveway, the roads, and the fields. It was the perfect beginning for the snowman contest. In town, Penelope began making her snow princess, and James began making his snow Martian. Out in the country, Clayton and Desmond began their snowmen. Clayton made a snowball, and he rolled it along the ground. The more he rolled it, the bigger it got. Before long, he had a large base for his snowman. I want you to see something. This is the first step in making a snowman, right? A big ball for the base or the body. Not far away, Desmond was doing the same thing. The next day, Clayton made a huge snowball for the snowman's belly. And not far away, Desmond did the same thing. There's step 2. Make a second snowball and put it on top of the first. That night, Clayton brought his dad out to see the snowman. Dad scratched his head. I don't know, son. It's going to be big, but I'm not sure it will be the biggest. Clayton smiled up at him. "Oh, Dad, I'm just getting started," he said. Dad whispered in his ear, "If you want to work faster, use a wheelbarrow to carry the snow." That's a good idea to get in the wheelbarrow, huh? A little later, Desmond brought his Uncle Vernon out. "I don't know," said Uncle Vernon. "It's going to be big, but will it be the biggest?" Desmond smiled. "Oh, I'm just getting started," he said. Vernon whispered in his ear, "If you want to work faster, use a wheelbarrow to carry the snow." Did he tell him the same tip? The next day, Clayton filled his wheelbarrow with snow. He piled the snow onto the snowman, and then he rolled another snowball for the snowman's head. And not far away, Desmond did the same thing. Do you see that? Is that the third step in building a snowman? First step is number 1, you build the base for the body. Second step, number 2, is to build the middle for his belly. And then the third step, number 3, is to make the head. A few days later, Desmond ran into town to look at James' Snow Martian and Penelope's Snow Princess. He said, "all of our snow people are all the same size." That afternoon, Clayton made the same discovery when he went into town. The next day, while working on his snowman, Clayton had a good idea. He brushed the snow off of his gloves and he walked towards Desmond. At the same moment, Desmond had a great idea, and he brushed the snow off of his gloves and walked towards Clayton. What do you think they're thinking? They bumped into each other and they fell down. "I have an idea," said Clayton. "Well, I have an idea too," said Desmond. "We should do this together," said Clayton. "No one said we couldn't," said Desmond. "Well, they're going to work together, guys." I bet working together would make the biggest snowman. Let's see. First, they rolled each part of Desmond's snowman over to the middle of the field. Then they rolled each part of Clayton's snowman over to the field. They piled the snowballs on top of one another. Clayton dropped a floppy hat on the snowman's head. Do you see Clayton way up in the tree to reach his head? Desmond added a long scarf, a huge coal eyes, and a giant carrot for the nose. Do you see what the fourth step is in making a snowman? Right, decorating the snowman with a hat and eyes and a nose and a scarf. When they were all done, they definitely built the biggest snowman ever. The morning of the contest, field mice on snowmobiles brought the judges out to the country to see their snowman. "You both win the prize," said the mayor, handing Clayton and Desmond a huge wedge of Swiss cheese. "Let the celebration begin." Everyone gathered to dance around the snowman, to drink hot cocoa, and to eat donuts. They did it because they worked together, right, guys? "We did it," said Clayton and Desmond, jumping up and down. "We did it together." It's just like you guys when you're working on block towers in the classroom. when you work together, you can make it really tall. Okay, we've got a couple of things that you have in your bags. The first thing that you have in your bag that I want to show you first, remember I just told you what came first, second, third, and fourth for a snowman? Well, I am going to let you see this. You have this at home. And you have this at home. What number is that? You guys probably see it backwards in my screen, but this is number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now, I need you guys to get some scissors out. And you're going to cut your snowmen apart. Do you see the lines to cut on? And then you're going to glue them on where they belong. So what comes first in building a snowman? Remember, a big ball for the base. That goes on number 1. What comes second in building a snowman? You're right, building a second ball to put on top. And so this one would be glued on number 2. What do you think number 3 would be? Look at that. He now has eyes and a nose. I think that would come at number 3. What do you think? So glue that on the number 3. What about the fourth one? Do you see a snowman that's a little bit more decorated? You're right, it's this one. Now we've added a mouth and we've added 2 arms. Very good, guys. And so you would glue this one on the number 4. And how about the last snowman? Where is he? All finished. You're right there. We added the hat. We added the scarf. He looks beautiful. That would be glued at number 5. Very good, guys. You guys are so good. That is what's called sequencing. You guys just did a great job to sequence that snowman. We also have another snowman activity for you. Did you guys see these funny little guys that I sent home to you? You see him? What do you think's going to happen to this snowman when we put him in some water? Well, will you guys let me know? This is an experiment for you guys to do at home. If you take a little cup of water and you take your snowman and you dunk him in and you let him come back up to the top, just watch him and see what happens to him and let me know. Maybe take some pictures. And then the last thing you guys have is another cutting activity. You can cut and write on this, or you could just do one or the other. It's up to you. You can trace these lines, and then you can cut these lines. Okay, I've got one more thing to show you guys. I hope you can see this. It's really big. This says, build it with snow. With Clifford. I love Clifford. Let's see. Can you guys see this? I'm going to hold it up like this. Okay. Here's the first picture. You could build a snowman like this. Is that snowman tall or short? What do you think? Is he tall or short? You're right, he's very tall. Here's the second one. You could build a snowman like this. Is that snowman upside down or right side up? What do you think? You're right, he is upside down. You could build a snowman like this. Is he plain or is he super fancy? Yeah, he is a fancy snowman, isn't he? Oh my goodness. And then, do this. You could build a snowman like this. Oh my goodness. Is this a snowman? Or is this a sandman? Have you guys ever built a sandman before at the beach? He looks pretty good. I like his sunglasses. He's still wearing a hat though. He might get a little hot on the beach. What do you think? Let's look at what it means to be frozen. Is it nice and frozen outside right now? It's very cold. There's lots of icicles. There's lots of frost on things, and there's even snowflakes. When water freezes, it gets really cold and it turns solid. And then it looks like one of these three things. But what happens when frozen water gets in the sunshine or around something that's warm? It starts to melt, right? The water turns back into water instead of icicles, frost, or snowflakes. It unfreezes. We're going to do some more fun activities next week around melting snowmans. I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. We can't wait to see you on Monday, and we'll see you then. Bye-bye.